Hey everybody. In this next video, I'm going to be covering events in Stencyl. So these work a lot like events and logic works in Scratch with building blocks. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen. All right. And I'm working with the same project that I was working on previously in my behaviors video. So I have a monkey character that can run and jump. Whenever I interact with these bananas, they disappear, or whenever I collide with them. And I have a snake that runs back and forth or patrols back and forth. That's all done with behaviors. Now, I want to make sure that something happens whenever I am um, making use of these behaviors and whenever I have these kind of interactions happening. So maybe I want to have a coin counter and I could count up how many bananas I have. Or maybe I want to create a health system. In this case, I'll create a health system for my character. Whenever I hit the snake, I will lose health, and whenever I hit the bananas, I'll gain health. So we'll start by jumping back in the monkey, and I'm going to add one more behavior. And to do that, I'm going to go to my dashboard and the Stencyl Forge and look up behaviors. Or actually, I'm not going to do that. Sorry. I'm going to use one of the behaviors that's already in my project in the library by default. So I'm going to hit add behavior and I'm going to go to rules. And then down at the bottom, there is a health manager. So I'm going to select on that and hit choose. Now, this health manager, there are a little bit more attributes and kind of like components involved, but if you read through these, it kind of creates a health bar in the top left of the screen, and you can really set up where this health bar is. But you can set your health value, the starting health, and the maximum health. I like 3, that's fine with me. Persistent health, does this character's health persist through other scenes? For right now, I'm just working on one scene, so it doesn't really matter, but we can check yes or check no. I'm actually going to check no because I'm not using multiple scenes. Delay between damage. So how long does the actor become temporarily invincible after being damaged? This is really handy. So this prevents the player from taking multiple hits of damage with one interaction. And zone 0 health action. So what do we want to do when the character has 0 health? We'll kill the actor. That just means we'll delete the character or delete delete the monkey character. We have messages for healed, messages for damaged. These send messages to other behaviors in the actor. And I'll show you how we can use this behavior in the events in a little bit. We have a damage sound, a death sound, and a heal sound. I'm not going to add any audio to this. I can also spawn a character whenever I die. So if I get killed, I can spawn a character. If I toggle this, I can choose where they are spawned and which actor we spawn. So if I want my character to spawn immediately, I can click over here and choose on the monkey. And then I can say, where do I want them to spawn in relationship to where they died? I'm going to not do that. Actually, maybe I will. And then I'm going to have that offset be maybe 15 to the X. So that's going to be over to the right. I assume my snake's over on the left side of my screen, so I'm probably going to be dying from the snake from the left side. So I want it to be pushed to the right. Draw health bar, I am going to check that. And this is a default health bar. You can also link your health and set it up to a your own UI component, but I'm just going to use the health bar. It's not pretty, but it works. And then health bar height, health bar width, the offset, the X offset, the Y offset, and the outline size. So we can say, how long do we want this bar? Do we want it to be a vertical or horizontal bar? I'm going to choose horizontal. My offset. So this is how far from the top left corner of the screen will this be? So my Y offset, I want it to be maybe, we'll try 20 pixels, and X maybe 15. So a little bit off from the corner. And I think that's good. I'm going to hit save. And now, if I play my game, I should see a little health bar pop up in the top left corner. Nope, actually, it's right on my player. So I'm not crazy about that. Let's see. So let's go back over to my monkey and over here. Let's see. Hmm. I've had this be stuck in the corner before. Anyways, we'll maybe offset this a little bit more then, and we'll do, if we're going to have it above our character, we'll maybe do it -60, and we'll do 0x offset. So this will be a health bar right above my player's head. Note that with Stencyl, the origin of your screen is going to be in the top left. So going up in the Y is actually in the negative Y direction. So that's why I have -60 for my Y offset here. Okay, so I think that looks fine. We could maybe make it a little bit shorter, but that's okay. Okay, so now I'm going to actually get into what I was talking about, which are events. So I have my behavior set up, I have a health bar, and now I want to make sure this all links up. So I'm going to create some events for my characters. I'll delete that and go into my flow. Now we'll look at some of these. When you click on any one of these, like different sections, you'll note that a lot of them, most of them have little subsections and subcategories. So if I go into flow, I have conditions, loops, time, debug, and advanced. So these are adding like codes and comments and things like that. Conditions are if, otherwise, otherwise if. We have Boolean values, comparison values, conversions, and stops. So this kind of stops anything from happening. We have loops as well. But then if we go into actors, these we have position, motion, properties, draw, tweening, different things like that. And scene has a lot of sub variable or sub components as well. So there's a lot here, but to get started, I can't just start dragging stuff out here. I have to create an event first. So what is happening in this event? So I'll hit this add event in the top left, and I have a lot of options here. At the very top, we have basic. So there are three options for basic. When creating, this does something whenever the game first begins. I have when drawing. This has to do with like drawing text. If you want to pop up text that says you won or you lost, you would use this. And then we have when updating. When updating is checking every single frame that your game is going. So I'm going to start with when creating. And I'm going to say, well, whenever I first start my game, I want my character's health to be 3. Now, one of the great things about some of these behaviors, not every single behavior, but some of these, they have custom events attached to them. So I can call my health bar in this instance using these events. So if I go to custom, you'll see that I have return values and custom blocks. I also have this health manager tab. Health manager is the health manager that I have attached to my character. And this is the behavior that I just added. Because I've added that behavior, I now have a bunch of options right here. So these options set invisibility, I can set health, and I can restore health, restore to full health. I can heal my character, I can damage my character, I can ask or use this little diamond if my actor is invincible or whatever. In this case, I'm going to set the health for an actor. I'm going to set it to 3, and this actor is going to be the self for this object, which is my monkey object, my player character. So this just says whenever I first start the game, I'm going to create um, a health well, I'm going to create sorry, whenever I start this game, when created, we're going to set my player's health to 3. Now, I'm going to add another event, and I'm going to check for a collision with my character, with other characters. Now, I want to do this. This is something I want to check all the time, so this is something that should be updated. But because I'm checking for a collision, I'm going to look for a specific section of events. So I hit this add event button again. Now you'll see that there is an action called collisions or an event called collisions. And if I hover over this, there are several options here. So I'm going to actually use this actor collides with something else. So when this actor, which is the monkey, when the monkey collides with something else, so I'm going to hit that. And now I see this actor any, and I have this when this actor hits something else. And I have this actor, and I can pull this off, and other actor, and I can pull this off. And if I ever want to get rid of these, all I have to do is hover and just drop them in the trash can. Okay, so when this actor hits something else, in this case, when the actor hits maybe the snake, I want to lose 1 health. So I want my player to lose 1 health if they hit the snake. So I know that I'm going to be pulling something from this health section anyways. So I'm going to have, if I look over here, damage actor by 0 or whatever. So I'm going to be using that in a little bit. So I'm just going to drag it into my scene. All right, I'm going to go to flow. And let's see. So we're going to check to see if the thing we're colliding with is the snake. So we're going to be comparing. So I'm going to use this comparison tag, blank equals blank. And I can drag this in here. And I'll go ahead and throw it in my if statement. So I want to look for the thing that I'm colliding with. That would be my other actor. So I can grab this and I can say if my other actor is, and I'm going to look for a specific actor. In this case, I'm going to be looking for my snake. So I'm going to be looking for actors and properties. And then I'm going to go to groups and types. And I'm going to go actor type right here. Throw this in the square. Hit this drop down. And I'm going to choose actor type. And I'm going to choose my snake. And hit choose. So if other actor equals snake, then we're going to damage self, because we're still on the monkey, by 1. All right, so let's save this and let's see if it works. All right, so I'm getting an error here. Now, when you get errors with events, you'll get a compilation error like this. And sometimes you'll have 1 error, sometimes you'll have multiple. But if you click on whatever error this is, it will highlight what the problem is. So it will highlight the specific event and the specific section. In this case, it's my other actor tag. For whatever reason, this is not working. And I've had this trouble before. So what I have to do is go and look for the object last collided with. And that is, where is that? I'm going to type in collided. Or actually, no, sorry. Actors, I think it's in my actors, properties, let's see, type of actor. And I'm going to hit this drop down and last collided actor. So this is a little confusing, but what I'm checking now is if the last thing that I collided with, so when this actor, when the monkey hits something, if that something that I collided with is a snake, then I'm going to damage by 1. So I'm going to hit save and test my game. All right, it's going to test. It seems to be working. So let's see if I touch the snake. Oh, my health bar is not decreasing. Oh, what the heck? So let's see, what do we need to do to fix this? Now, when I worked on the bananas in the behavior video, I had to change the group that they were in and alter the collisions for that group. I have to do that same thing with my snake. So I'm going to go to my snake, which is open already, and I have this behavior here. I'm going to go to properties. And in that properties, I'm going to be checking the groups. Now, I want to put my snake in the enemies group, and I might need to create an enemies group to do that. But I'm going to hit this drop down and see if I have one. I haven't made one yet, so I just have collectibles. So what I'm going to do is hit edit groups, and I'm going to go to create new, and I'm going to name this enemies. And I'm going to hit create. And now with this group, I'm going to check collides with players and hit OK. And now I'm going to put this snake in that enemies group. So now when my character, my player, and my snake interact or collide, it will be detected. So now let's save. I'll go back to my scene and we'll play test this. Okay, so let's collide with the snake and we see that, oh, my snake is damaging my player. And remember, I have my player respawning 15 pixels over to the right side. That's not a very far distance, right? So I have my health working. Now, the last thing I want to do is whenever I collide with this banana, I want to restore my health. So I'm going to go back to the monkey and I'm going to add a new collision. Now, I can rename these little sections and events too. So there can come a time where you have several events all kind of stacked and it can get hard to read. All you have to do is you can either right click and rename, or you can double click in here and I can call this snake collision and enter. Now it's showing red because I did get that error earlier. For whatever reason, it does that. I think if I save this project and load back into it, like close it out and load back into it, that'll go away. But that's just an old kind of like error message. Okay, so I'm going to add event. I'm going to do a collision again and something else. And I'm going to set this up pretty much the same exact way I set this up. So if I want to copy and paste this, there's a couple of ways I can do that. I can hold down the Alt button and left click and hold, and you'll see that whatever I select, I can drag and copy. And now I can drag this over, I can let go of Alt, and I can hover over my actor, my other event, and you'll see that it opens it up. And I can just put this right in there. And now, instead of my snake, I want to choose an actor type of banana and choose. And instead of damaging self, I'm going to go to custom and look for my health. I'm going to heal actor by 1. I'm going to get rid of this damage and then heal. And remember, I've already set my bananas up to be to collide with my player, but I need to change this from actor to self. You'll get an error message for that. And then I'm going to rename this to banana collision. I'm going to save, and now let's play test. Okay, so I've collected 1 banana. Let's take some damage and let's see. Oop, oh no, I'm not very good at this game. There we go. And so my banana seems to restore all of my health. Let's see, what do I have it set to? It should only heal 1. I might have died just there. Let's see. What we can do is go back to my snake just to make this easier and test this out. I can turn off my horizontal back and forth. I can save, and we'll play test that just to make sure everything works like it should. All right, so I hit the snake, and there you go. My health is restored. So, anyways, that's using events in Stencyl, and that is also how you make a quick and rough, but quick and easy little health system. You can also go through and change the appearance of your health. You can consider doing little like nodes instead of using that health bar. That health bar is just what's baked into the behavior. You don't have to select that, so you can go to the monkey and go to behaviors and health manager and uncheck this draw health bar, and you can draw your own health bar or create your own as well. Anyways, that's working with events in Stencyl. Hopefully this is helpful. As always, have fun and let me know if you have any questions.